Hi, welcome to Sekiro. We are doing Ashina Outskirts from the Stairway to the Underbridge Idol. There's an extra idol in there as well, there's lots we're going to cover, so click show more in the description below to see timecodes to jump around. We'll start with the Ogre, then we've got a General, there's a Gourd seed, a prayer bead, some medicine, we're going to see a Headless, we'll open up another idol, the Demon Bell. Click the eye on the top right for other videos and access to playlists. But let's crack on with this. To kill these two guys outside, and then if you have a Gaijin Sugar, you can take one of those and get a backstab on the Ogre for easy damage. You basically take it down at the bottom of the stairs, run up to the top, make sure that you've got oil from the Hirata estate, and the flame barrel attachment from the Hirata estate attached as well. It's telegraphed. Everyone you pretty much eavesdrop to on the way here says if they've got red eyes, use fire. So if you don't have fire, you're just doing yourself a disservice. I'll show a method of how to do it without fire, but it's kind of painful. Anyway, Gaijin Sugar, get a backstab on the side. If you don't have Gaijin Sugar, that's okay. Run up here, wait for him to turn red, and then run back down between these gates, crouch in these bushes. Should disappear pretty quickly. There we go. And then he'll come running down here and just stop at the bottom of the stairs. You'll see later, if you just turn his name yellow, he'll go on patrol and he starts moving around, and he's a little harder to catch, but it's still fine, although I don't manage it, but you'll see what I mean. Anyway, come up here, and then just come around behind him and open with the backstab that way. Boom. Now, if you want to get rid of the spear guy, you'll see in both of the runs I show the spear guy joins at the end, and he's kind of a pain, especially because you'll probably be low on healing items by then if you're not really caring, because fire makes it super easy. But if you want to clear him, you can sneak up around the side of him. You can do this with the Gaijin Sugar too, and then just come back. The Gaijin Sugar should last long enough, and up there, don't miss that Mibu Balloon of Wealth. The Ogre's just going to be down there if you want to finish him off. But let's go back to the one where I used the Gaijin Sugar as an opener. Talks about grab attacks. Basically, your only option here is to dodge. We'll look at his attacks in more detail later. But you can light him up, throw oil on him, and then throw the flame barrel. Throw the oil from a distance, wait till he closes for the flame barrel, and then you get 7 hits on him. You do so much damage. You only need 4 oils in total, 3 if you're being really punchy. And you don't really even need to worry about dodging. You can heal up if he ever grabs you, but if he's running towards you, throw the oil from a distance and then the flame barrel as he's running towards you, and it'll interrupt his grab. But see, there's 7 hits and away. Dodge the legs if you can, dodge left and right, it doesn't really matter, but there's oil and fire again as he comes towards me. Now, I didn't quite get enough damage in on this one because I dodged away afterwards, and instead got greedy and he slammed me. But that's okay, that's why we have a resurrect, that's why you rest before this fight. Then he's got very little health, but I don't want to risk it because I've got no healing left. The shield guys come along, but I light him up. I know I'm going to get a death blow very, very quickly. So I can, sorry, not the shield guy, the spear guy. So I can worry about the spear guy after the event. But every time you get the prayer beads thing pop up, and then you're like, oh, and another one. But there's some medicine from the Ogre. That guy just dominate him. He's got very low, what's the word, poise, posture. So like 3 hits and he'll be staggered. Just watch for the incoming initial thrust. Either deflect it, dodge it to the side, or Mikiri counter. Anyway, with that done, you probably want to just pop up here. There is a telescope, which is ultimately kind of useless, but if you have a look out there, you'll see a general and a bunch of guards wandering around, and over here, importantly, a gourd seed. So grab that. There's some ceramic, the shard or whatever it is there as well for distraction that you might find useful in a minute. We'll get to that later, though. First up, I wanted to go into detail in the Ogre. Again, click show more in the description if you want to jump ahead, if you don't care about another way to defeat the Ogre. This is just to show what happens if his thing goes yellow instead of red. He will turn around and start patrolling. And you'll see I crawl up here, well not crawl, but you know, crouch up here following him, and it's too slow. You can basically run, he's pretty deaf and pretty blind, but if you go that slowly he's going to turn around and see you, and you're going to have to fight him with 2 health bars. His attacks, you can slide back, just dodge out of them, and then push back in. You might see the grappling hook thing appear as well. We'll look at that in a minute. But yeah, if you get caught by this grab, it's basically, if you've got 1 extra health bar, it's going to do pretty much most of your health, so you're going to have to use 2 things to get back. He's got this diving kick, slide to the side, like with everything else. He's got an overhand smash, which I think I forgot to show. He's got a kick. The overhand smash comes in late, so if you're dodging it, dodge late. He's got the body slam. You're just basically, everything he does, dodge, and you just got to learn the timings of it. Some are early, some are late, some are pretty, you've got a lot of options. But the interesting thing here is the grappling hook. That's going to do you, if you're not using oil, that's going to let you do a lot more damage. There's a skill really early on called grappling hook attack. I think it's under prosthetic arts, which you'll need 3 or 4 prosthetic items to unlock. But if you've got the flame barrel and the crackers and everything else, you should be fine. You can basically keep away from him. You can punish him 2 or 3 times after a failed grab, but when that grappling hook icon appears, grapple onto it, push the attack button, and you'll do a couple of hits. You've generally got time for one more. The problem is when you don't, and he just doesn't insta-grab, which is why I'm being quite pulley away here. I find it really difficult to commit to him when he's not on fire, because you're just basically getting one hit at a time. And with low attack right now, it's a war of attrition. If you just have the flame vent and you don't have any oil, if you go to Hirata Estate, honestly, it's a good farming spot after killing Jizu. You can farm that really easily. Although generally you probably want to kill this guy first to get the prayer beads to have more health for Jizu, if you see what I mean. But you get the idea. Yeah, it's a very long battle if you don't want to use fire. And this is even with stealthing him, right? If you didn't know how to stealth him, you got to do this twice. It's ridiculous. Yeah. I mean, and eventually, well, I used firecrackers on him. I didn't actually use firecrackers on him. I mean, they might work, I guess. Although you're just kind of prolonging the inevitable and burning prayer beads. Shurikens, if you unload all of them you have, they'll do it was something like 10-15% of his health bar. It wasn't significant, and it was a lot of spirit emblems for the effort. But there you go, prayer bead and medicine, and there's the shield guy back again. Not the shield, why do I keep calling him a shield guy? The spear guy. Anyway, however you deal with him, go speak to Emma, upgrade your gourd seed, and then I'm going to quickly show you the route we're going to take, and then we'll do it in detail. But if you just want to rush it, this way, hook up, through here, that's where the gourd seed and the telescope were, around here to the left. That's the way to avoid the clanger, by the way. You'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. But yeah, then rest at the idol, and you can come back and farm from behind this way and clear him out. There's one guy on patrol there. It's obviously always easier going backwards. Then up here, do the clanger man. And then I'll slow it down a bit here, get that rifleman and that one. Now round here, see the guy who's on patrol, you want to wait for him to go forward significantly, and then get that rifle dude. You can do it this way, the general might not hear you, I've already killed him here, but yeah, it's fine. This is the quicker way to do it, and then this guy obviously backstab, don't kill, because the general is right there, but if you backstab him while the general's looking away, it won't be a problem. Also, if you're going for the stealthy approach from the front, we'll run through that now. Sometimes when I hooked onto this tree, this rifle guy up here didn't see me at all, and I was able to come around and kill this clanger dude, and then carry on pretty much the route you just saw. But then occasionally, and it was random on every save I've got, the rifleman will just see you and start shooting, and so everyone's on alert, and it's really tough to get around there. So here is how you do it if the rifleman's being a pain in the bottom. You can come around here, you can see this is yet another save because I haven't picked up that ceramic shard. You've probably already got it. We grabbed it earlier with the gourd seed. And then you want to come down this way. This is actually a pretty slow way. You can, if you're quick, catch that guy and hook him, but wait for him to pass. Come around here. Rifleman. Ceramic shard, which you just picked up on that guy. You can use it directly from the menu, you don't have to put it on a hotkey. I kind of had it on initially, but the amount that you use it now, that's a completely invisible kill. I didn't realise that guy didn't see me at all, which I'm astounded by. And then you can get him, get them. The general's live on this one, so you can see I'm really making no noise at all. He's down there having a wander around. He's come to look a little bit, but up here, kill the clanger. And then we're going to run away and just lose aggro a little bit. And then when they've returned to normalcy, when all the yellow circles are gone, wait for this guy, the guy that we passed right at the very beginning on the left-hand side. He's coming all the way back from his big long patrol. Do an airdrop on him, and the guy downstairs will come up. See, he heard that kill, but he didn't see it. He's going to come around here, and you'll be able to kill him absolutely happily with the general gone. With the general not seeing it all, sorry. There is an idol here, so activate that so you've got it for next time. You already saw that earlier when we did the quick run through. There's a pellet down there, so if you need more pellets, don't be afraid to use them. They're great for in-between combat healing, save you using a gourd. And then head down this way. We're going to go look for the general areas. There's a couple of ways to do this. One, he's basically much like all the generals we've seen before. He kind of adds everything together. He's got a grab, he's got a thrust, he's got a sweep. He's got a series of rapid combos, which I won't go into too much. You've got a lot of oil because you've been to Hirata Estate farming it for the ogre. Just use that. It only takes 3. You get 3, maybe 4 hits on him, depending how quick you are before you're going to need to start parrying. You've seen all these jumps before. The only thing new is his 5 or 6 hit combo, where he'll do 2 slow hits, and then 3 really quick ones, and then 1 big one at the end. You can interrupt the big one at the end, but it's really good to parry if you can get them all off. He's actually got pretty low posture comparatively, but you can keep away. You see I put 1 oil on him there at the beginning just to drop his health so his posture would recover a little more slowly. You can absolutely do that. He's obviously resistant to firecrackers if you just want to stun him to get his health down a little bit at the beginning. A well-timed shuriken will chip his health, although not significantly. Meant to do an Akiri there. But just like with all these generals, the trick is not to be on the offensive at the wrong time. So block your incoming blow, take 1 hit, don't mash, wait to see what he does in return. Once you get a better sense of the range of his moves, start adding 2 attacks, see if he deflects, see if he's got anything cheeky lined up. But there's a Mikiri. You're just basically watching. Pretty much I can't still read sweeps. He's got a posture recovery, which I didn't catch in time. See, I always think a sweep is a thrust. Every boss. It's just so bad. There he is, he's not too difficult as long as you get that initial stealth kill and kill all the guards around him. I'll give you a prayer bead, and there is some scrap iron just over there right nearby, so grab that too. But that's not all, we've still got quite a lot to do here. I will just show you though the easiest way to kill him, which is with fire. Wait till he stands up after you get the backstab, don't throw the fire too early. There you go, make sure you got oil and the flame thing activated. Throw oil and then you can fire it. He's got a big hitbox and he walks in first with most of his attacks, so do it from a little way away. Oil. Just like the ogre, he kind of chases you. So wait till he comes in with something. There we go. And then oil. Oil, and then he's going to step in. So fire. You step forward with fire too. So you usually meet somewhere in the middle. I left it a little bit late there. And he's back on the offensive. I was a little bit greedy. Nearly went down. I should have just been running away until the fire wears off. Now the fire has worn off. Throw some more oil. Walk a little bit towards him. Throw another fire, and that's him done. It's a health victory rather than a posture victory, because obviously fire destroys health. But it's a super simple way to do him, and you've just been practicing the fire timing with the ogre, so I would recommend that if you're struggling in any way. Anyway, that is your 4 prayer beads. So upgrade your vitality. Here is the difference. I know it doesn't look like much, but it's actually pretty significant. I would 20%, maybe 15, something like that. Then from here we are going to, this is a pretty good farming spot from there. You can get relatively decent experience. Hirata estate is better though, just after Jizu. But head down this way, there's some divine confetti. And a warning saying the headless ahead can't be hit by normal weapons. So that divine confetti is helpful, but it's not the whole solution. We're going to need some anti-terror agent, because she casts terror, and if terror ever fills to 100%, you die instantly. Which is rough. Anyway, grab onto this down here and then shimmy around and then climb up, and there's a Gaichin sugar there, which makes you invisible. Now run ahead here, and the headless is just down here off a cliff. If you fall off this cliff, it looks like there's no way out, but we'll come back and I'll show you a way out in a minute. But there she is. He is. Ugh, terrible thing. I left most of these guys till the end. There's not a lot of great stuff that they drop. One of them gives you an unlimited invisibility, which is useful, because Gaichin Sugar is kind of a pain to farm. But yeah, I was just looking up here because I was sure there was an item, but apparently not. So what you want to do is, this drops you back down to where you came in earlier, so don't go that way. Instead, come up these 3 steps that way, and then hook as far as you can. Just looking behind for items again, and then jump up here. Jump, jump, climb. And there's a couple of lizards. You can jump in the air as long as you're locked onto the middle, give you an instant death blow target. Watch out for getting poisoned. It builds up pretty quickly from these guys. And there's another one. I think this is another Gaichin Sugar, I want to say. Yep. And then hook up here, and this is going to bring us around to that door that was shut that I mentioned earlier. There's an antidote powder and a divine grass. Divine grass, I think, fills your health and cures all status ailments instantly, something like that. But yeah, here we're back to the general square. From here, you can run through this way. We're just going to go back to open up the demon bell. So swing across here just like you did before, shimmy, 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 up here past where you picked up Gaichin Sugar, down here into the pit. And then the headless. You're going to want to drop a little bit left of the headless. She emits like a poison gas, or a terror gas, I guess, that will slow you down and not let you run. And you can kind of jump. You can see I'm going through it now, moving a lot more slowly. You want to jump up this wall. For some reason, I'm horrible at wall jumping. You can see she does about half health, so you're going to be fine. But 2 hits and your terror bar, that one in the middle, will fill. Death. Oh no. So run down this little corridor here, and you'll get a shinobi escape hatch, which is fortunate. It's not going to take you anywhere that you can access anywhere new particularly, but it will take you here. That I thought was a door. It's not. Up there's a naughty man. You can shuriken him down. They've got really low posture. The problem starts if you let them stay at range. They'll just blanket the floor with fire and you'll burn to death really quickly. So just getting close, 3-4 hits and they're dead. There's a door here, along with a little pickup there. But that door opens from the other side. And now we're up at the Demon Bell at Mount Senpu. There's other ways up here. We'll see the other way up here later. But you can ring this. And what it will do is increase the difficulty of the game without increasing experience or money, but item drops will go up. So if you've got a nice farming route where it's all backstabs and there's no real combat, it's not bad to activate it. It gives you an item called the Demon Bell, which when you use it, disengages. You can use that anywhere and the item disappears. But that is kind of that. We've done the Underbridge, we've done the General, we looked at the Headless, don't take her on yet. We've got the shortcut to the Demon Bell for farming routes, got the Chained Ogre, gained some health. I think next I'm going to take on Juzu. No, I'm not. I'm lying. I'm going to take on the Horseman, Gyoba, and the Blazing Bull for 2 prayer beads. The other video is Juzu, and then we'll do Lady Butterfly. But whichever route you pick, click the eye on the top right for more. See you in the next video. Bye.